Okay. Finally, we are going to talk about the scientific method and how statistics plays a role in the scientific method. And the scientific method gives us an approach to use when we are trying to solve problems, when we're trying to answer questions about the world around us. And the core of the scientific method is really based on forming hypotheses, so trying to make guesses about what's happening around us, and then testing these hypotheses. And in statistics, we are using statistics to, we're using statistics to both form hypotheses and test hypotheses. And this is a basic flowchart that describes the scientific method, but the scientific method starts with making observations. So we are going to make observations about the world around us. That's the empirical part. In statistical research, we are going to make some sort of quantitative measurement of the world around us. We're going to count or measure or weigh or provide some kind of number to describe the world around us. Then we are going to use statistics to organize our observations that we just made into some kind of description. So what can we say about the numbers we just collected? What's the average number that we collected? What is the relationship between two variables that we just collected data for? Say we collected height and width of trees. What's the relationship between those two variables? We're going to create this description because that's often going to point us in the direction of some kind of hypothesis. The human brain is designed to try to find patterns. So when we do this description, we're going to think about what we've just produced, and that's going to lead us to some kind of guess about the cause of the pattern that we just described, or some sort of maybe it's not the cause, but at least we're trying to hypothesize that some pattern exists in our data set. And we're going to then take this hypothesis and formalize that hypothesis into a structure that we can then test. So if we hypothesize that diameter of a tree and height of a tree are related, how can we test that that hypothesis is true or not? We're going to use statistics to formalize that hypothesis and test that hypothesis. And we're going to do that with a lot of hypotheses or a lot of different tests. And after we do our tests over and over again to validate that what we're seeing is likely to be true, then we're going to organize our results, think again about our results, and use those results in order to, say, update our understanding of the process that we're studying. We're going to change we're either going to change our theory about how the process that we're studying works, or we could also use the scientific method to take those findings and create some kind of policy or law that we suspect will induce the change that we want that policy or law to create. And in doing all of these steps of the scientific method, we are going to use statistics. So we're going to use statistics to make our observations, to organize them, to describe our observations. We're going to then use statistics to test hypotheses or to analyze the results of lots of hypothesis tests. So everywhere along the scientific method, we can use statistics when we're dealing with quantitative empirical data.